Welcome back. So far, we've talked about how to understand the bar exam as a repeat taker,
Right?
dealt with test anxiety, and even gotten a handle on some solid study habits. But what I'm really interested in is this next part,
Okay.
analyzing past performance. It feels a little like picking at a scab,
Oh,
doesn't it?
I think it's more like studying a map after you've gotten lost on a hike.
Okay.
It's not about dwelling on the wrong turns. It's about understanding what led you there and finding a better path forward. Forward, in conquering the bar exam, Jackson really breaks this process down.
Okay, so walk me through it.
Sure.
But where do you even begin with something like this?
He suggests gathering all the data you can from your previous attempts.
Okay,
Think old scores, any feedback you received, even notes from your study sessions.
got it.
Okay, and he suggests creating a performance log.
Okay,
And this is where it goes beyond just numbers.
okay.
He wants you to tap into your emotional responses, especially as well.
So, like, if I totally froze up during the property law essay portion, yeah, I would note that down.
Exactly, because understanding those emotional patterns can be just as important as identifying knowledge gaps.
Interesting.
Maybe you consistently struggled with a certain subject, or there were specific types of questions that tripped you up every time. This log helps you pinpoint those recurring themes.
It's like identifying those blind spots, huh? Right?
Yes.
The things you might not even realize are holding you back.
Exactly. And once you've identified those weak areas, Jackson provides strategies for actually breaking down those mistakes and using that feedback constructively.
So, it's about turning those failures into valuable learning opportunities.
That's the goal.
Easier said than done.
Right.
But I can see how reframing it that way could make a huge difference mentally.
Absolutely.
So he also dedicates a good chunk of the book to utilizing resources effectively.
Yes.
This is something that I think a lot of repeat takers get hung up on.
Yeah.
They feel like they need to buy every prep course, read every legal treatise out there.
The overwhelm is real.
It is real.
Yes.
I remember that feeling of drowning in bar prep materials.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Jackson encourages a much more strategic approach.
Okay, good. He
He says start by reviewing the materials you've already used. What worked, what didn't? Where are the gaps in your knowledge?
It's about working smarter, not just harder.
Exactly.
He also stresses that information needs to be updated, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because laws change.
Yes.
New cases come out, for sure. You can't rely on outdated materials.
No, he's a stickler for that.
Okay, good.
He also talks about the benefits of online courses and lectures, especially for those who are visual or auditory learners. Everyone has a different learning style, so it's about finding what works best for you.
And of course, there's no escaping practice questions and exams.
You got to put that knowledge to the test.
Right, and not just for individual subjects.
No.
Mixed sets are key
Yes,
because the bar exam is a marathon of legal concepts.
absolutely. It's like training for a triathlon.
Oh, okay.
You can't just focus on swimming. You need to be ready for cycling and running too.
So you need that cross training for your brain.
I like that.
Does he recommend any specific resources beyond the standard prep books?
He's a big believer in seeking out supplementary materials, video tutorials, anything that can enhance your understanding and help you refine your skills. But he also emphasizes the importance of something that's often overlooked: peer support and mentorship.
Oh, that's so important.
Yes,
Especially when you're going through something as challenging as the bar examination, it can feel incredibly isolating.
it really can.
Yeah.
He really encourages connecting with others who understand what you're going through. Study partners, mentors, online support groups.
It takes a village.
It really does. There's power in community.
I like that.
Having that support network, people who can offer advice, encouragement, and even just the listening ear can make a huge difference.
It's like having a team of cheerleaders in your corner reminding you that you're not alone in this fight.
Exactly. And he also talks about the benefits of study groups. They're great for accountability and also for the opportunity to learn from different perspectives.
Right.
Sometimes hearing someone else explain a concept in their own words can be the key to finally understanding it.
It's like having a built-in study buddy
Yes,
who can help you break down those complex legal concepts.
exactly. He also mentions mentors, right?
Yes, he does.
He's a huge advocate for mentorship.
Okay.
Finding someone who's already walked the path you're on can be invaluable. They can offer guidance, share their experiences, and help you navigate those tricky bar prep waters.
It's like having a seasoned guide leading you through the wilderness.
I love that analogy.
Okay, so we've got our study plan sorted.
We do.
We've analyzed our past performance and we've got a supportive community behind us.
We're ready now.
It's time to actually put that knowledge into practice.
Right, huh? Exactly. And that's where Jackson's advice on practicing under pressure comes in.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of simulating the real testing environment as much as possible.
Because let's face it, there's a huge difference between knowing the law
Yes,
and actually being able to apply it under pressure,
100%.
right?
He recommends scheduling regular practice exams,
Okay.
starting with untimed exams to build confidence and gradually increasing the difficulty and time pressure as you go.
Okay, so it's like training for a marathon. You wouldn't start by running 26 miles right out of the gate.
Exactly. We got to work your way up to it.
And he also talks about replicating the actual exam conditions as much as possible.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Find a quiet space, eliminate distractions, and only use materials that would be allowed on the actual exam.
Ooh. So no more open book practice exams.
No peeking at your notes or using your phone.
Got it.
You want to train your brain to function under those specific conditions.
Okay, tough love. A little bit. He also recommends thoroughly reviewing your performance after each practice exam
Yes,
and doing what he calls an after-action review.
I love that. Think of it like a debriefing session. What went well? What could have gone better? How can you adjust your strategies moving forward?
And so it's not just about taking the practice exams, it's about extracting those valuable lessons from each one.
Exactly. And he emphasizes practicing with all the question types: essays, multiple choice, performance tests.
Because the bar exam is a comprehensive beast.
It's like a legal obstacle course.
It really is.
So you need to be prepared for anything you do.
And here's something that I think is really important, especially for repeat takers. He stresses the importance of maintaining a positive attitude throughout the entire practice process.
Yes,
It's easy to get discouraged, especially if you're not seeing the results you want right away.
I know that feeling all too well. Yeah,
It's easy to get caught in that spiral of self-doubt.
and it is.
But Jackson reminds us that every practice exam, every setback is a learning opportunity.
Okay,
It's a chance to build those skills, refine your strategies, and ultimately become a more resilient and adaptable pest taker.
it's about progress, not perfection.
You got it. And that leads us to another crucial aspect of bar prep that's often overlooked, which is managing your emotional well-being.
Okay, yes.
This is a pressure cooker experience,
Yeah,
and it's important to acknowledge that it can take a toll on your mental and emotional health.
absolutely. You can't pour from an empty cup.
That's right,
You have to take care of yourself throughout this process.
for sure. Jackson talks about the importance of developing healthy coping strategies for dealing with the inevitable stress and anxiety.
Right, because that's going to be there no matter what.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, so what does he recommend?
This might include things like exercise, meditation, spending time with loved ones,
Right,
anything that helps you recharge and de-stress.
self-care is key.
It really is. Does he have any specific recommendations for managing those pre-exam jitters?
Oh, absolutely. He talks about the importance of establishing a pre-exam routine.
Oh, good.
This could involve light exercise,
Okay.
a healthy breakfast,
Yes.
or even just a few minutes of quiet meditation.
Oh, I love that.
Anything that helps you center yourself and calm those nerves.
Yeah. Having those little rituals can make a big difference.
It does.
It's like creating a sense of familiarity and control in an otherwise unpredictable situation.
Yeah, for sure. He also emphasizes the importance of healthy eating and hydration, not just on exam day, but in the days leading up to it.
Absolutely. Avoid those heavy processed foods that can make you feel sluggish and foggy-headed.
Yes.
And focus on nourishing your body with whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and plenty of water.
It's like fueling your brain for a marathon, right?
Exactly.
You wouldn't eat a greasy burger and fries
No, you wouldn't.
before running 26 miles.
Exactly. And of course, sleep is crucial.
Yes.
Aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night to ensure that your brain is well rested and ready to rock that exam.
No all-nighters allowed in the final week.
None whatsoever.
We need those brain cells firing on all cylinders, for sure.
And here's a technique that I found particularly helpful.
Okay.
He recommends spending a few minutes each day visualizing yourself confidently walking into that exam room, answering questions with ease, and ultimately succeeding.
I love that.
So it's about creating that positive mental image
Right.
and reinforcing your belief in yourself.
It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It can be.
If you can see yourself succeeding, it makes it that much more likely to happen.
Exactly. Speaking of mindset, let's talk about the final hurdle.
Okay.
Awaiting those bar exam results.
Oh, yeah.
This waiting period can be absolutely agonizing.
It's like emotional limbo.
Yeah?
You're just stuck in this state of anticipation and uncertainty.
So I can only imagine it's tough.
So how does Jackson suggest dealing with that?
He stresses the importance of staying occupied.
Well,
Find activities that engage your mind and distract you from constantly checking your email or refreshing the bar website.
right.
Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or diving into a new book. The key is to keep your mind engaged and your spirits up.
Easier said than done.
It can be. But I know from experience that having those distractions can be a lifesaver.
He also encourages practicing mindfulness,
Yes,
focusing on the present moment,
yes,
and gently redirecting those what-if thoughts that can quickly spiral out of control.
aha. It's about acknowledging those anxious thoughts without letting them consume you.
Deep breaths, people.
Deep breaths.
Deep breaths. He also suggests something that I think is incredibly wise.
What's that?
Prepare yourself emotionally for different outcomes.
Ooh, I like this.
Think about how you'll react if you pass
Okay,
and how you'll handle it if you don't.
okay.
Having a plan for both scenarios can help you feel more in control, regardless of what those results say.
That's such a good point. It's about taking back some of that sense of agency
Yes,
in a situation that can feel very much out of your control.
exactly. And here's a crucial point that Jackson emphasizes.
Okay.
Celebrate your hard work, regardless of the outcome.
Ooh, we love that.
You've dedicated months, maybe even years, to preparing for this exam.
Yes,
And that's something to be proud of.
100%.
You showed up, you put in the effort, and that deserves recognition.
Absolutely. Those celebratory margaritas are definitely earned, no matter what the outcome.
Yes, they are.
He also encourages you to set new goals for yourself regardless of the result.
Okay,
If you pass, fantastic.
celebrate A.
Celebrate that achievement and start planning those next steps in your legal career.
Oh,
But if you don't, it's okay to feel disappointed,
Yeah.
but don't let that define you. Use it as an opportunity to reassess, refine your strategy, and come back even stronger.
it's a setback, not a failure.
Exactly. And as Jackson says, it's all part of the journey.
And that brings us to the final stretch of our deep dive.
All right.
Preparing for exam day and navigating the aftermath. Those nail-biting results.
Let's do it.
Well,